Now imagine flavors which are sweet, spicy, sour, pungent, borderline fermented, and lots of umami. Now that's Korean food for you, literally in a capsule. Now imagine the same features but in the form of a paneer burger. What I'm talking about is a Korean paneer burger. Let's begin. Now, one of the core ingredients that I'm actually using for this recipe is called a gochujang. Now, gochujang is made with gochujaru, which is chili flakes. Gochujang is made with a process called fermentation. Now, if you do not have that, you don't have to worry because we are making a replica, the closest replica of Korean flavors. For this, I'm also making something called kimchi. Kimchi is almost like a salad pickle, but I'm making that in-house and I'm making that instant because that's also a process which takes a couple of weeks to months. Let's begin making kimchi. For this, I'm taking red cabbage in this case and not a savoy or a green cabbage. The idea now is to cut this into thick juliennes. To this now, let's add in a couple of ingredients to replicate the flavors of a kimchi. Let's begin with salt. Let's add in some sugar, white vinegar, and finally, chili flakes. Let's give this a good mix and keep this aside for at least 10 minutes. Let's quickly turn the flame on, place a tawa, add some oil, and pan fry the slab of paneer. No salt, no pepper, just paneer. Let's quickly now move on to the third component of this recipe, which is making the gochujang mayonnaise. And along with this, some mayonnaise. You can of course take the soy-based mayonnaise that you get in the market, or you can make it yourself. The next step is to mix these two. To this now, let's add in some very hot water, and along with this, a touch of salt. Let's give this a good mix, and with this, literally, your Korean sauce is ready under a few seconds. The next step is to take this lovely sauce and pour it onto the slab of paneer. This technically is called napering. And this is one of the main reasons why I said do not add salt in the paneer, because the sauce is going to have enough and more to flavor the paneer. The kimchi is done and ready, and the paneer is also done and ready, which is lovely nappered in your gochujang and mayonnaise. By now, you would have realized that the way I show recipes is to really break it down, make it non-complex. But if you want, you have the time, you have the liberty, you have the bandwidth, you can make it a little more complex. Now, paneer can be fried, paneer can be grilled, paneer can be baked, paneer can be air fried. So those are the multiple things that you can do before adding in the sauce. So to make it a little more complex, but I have really broken down the recipe to the last mile so that the flavors are intact and you are not in the kitchen beyond a couple of minutes. As simple as that. And now is the time to build it up. Simple. Let's do that. We slit the bun and keep it ready, or if you get them pre-slit, of course, nothing like it. Let's tear some fresh, crisp lettuce. And on top of this, I'm going to place the lovely, wonderful, saucy steak of paneer. Let's top this up with some nice, crisp, instant red cabbage kimchi. Paneer burger, not just any, but Korean paneer burger done and ready. And just in case you do not have gochujang or cannot lay your hands on gochujang, a very quick recipe for you. You take red chili paste, say 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons, add in a teaspoon of soy sauce, a touch of salt, a touch of sugar. You cook it, you allow that to cool down and you smoke it. Give it a little bit of a dhungar, and there you have a homemade instant gochujang paste done and ready. The idea is to make this for your family, make this for friends, and let them experience the magic of K-food. And the burger, needless to say, goes amazingly well with chips, whether they're potato, tapioca, or banana. Anything works like magic. Make this for family, make this for friends, and let me know in the comment section what you feel about the Korean paneer burger. This is me, Varun, signing off. Bye for now.